An AC generator or an AC dynamo. The basic principle of a working of an AC generator is mechanical energy or mechanical work is converted to electrical energy. In this video, we will know about the construction, working of an AC generator. An AC generator consists of two concave shaped bar magnets with opposite poles facing each other. The opposite poles are to have a uniform magnetic field between the bar magnets or for continuity of the field. Field direction is from north to south. The concave shape of the bar magnets is to have more magnetic flux between the magnets. In this density of magnetic field, an armature is placed. An armature is made up of an axle which is made up of soft iron rod. The way we have cycle axle like that. And on this axle, insulated copper wire having a number of turns is wound. And the free ends of this insulated copper wire having a number of turns are welded to circular metallic rings in such a way that one of the arm is welded permanently to a circular metallic ring and the other arm passes through the first circular metallic ring and is in turn welded to another circular metallic ring. These circular metallic rings are in turn kept in contact with carbon brushes. Carbon brushes function is to keep the connection between the arms of the armature and the load resistor. These carbon brushes are in turn connected to a load resistor or a galvanometer. Load resistor is a device which can take or use the current that is generated in this process. So either a load resistor or a galvanometer. Galvanometer is a device that will indicate the generation of induced current in the coil. Here, let the arms of the armature be labeled as ABCD. So AB is one of the arm of the armature. So this complete structure is known as armature. This is the axle which is made up of soft iron. In a way, a kind of electromagnet is placed. On soft iron rod, we wind insulated copper wire having a number of turns or a solenoid. And when we pass electric current, the axle or the soft iron rod behaves like a magnet. So it is in a way in that kind of an electromagnet. Not exactly electromagnet, but I'm talking about the making. Now, arm BA is welded to one circular metallic ring which is always connected to carbon brush B1, and arm CD is welded to another circular metallic ring which is permanently connected to brush B2. That means arm AB will always be in connection with a brush B1 and arm CD will always be in connection with a brush B2. So the arms will never exchange the brushes. This is the function of an AC generator. Then, while discussing the working of an AC generator, in continuation, I will be talking about a DC generator. So what is the difference between an AC generator and DC generator? The only difference between an AC generator and a DC generator is the construction part. See, the arms AB and CD are connected to circular. This is a circular metallic rings. And these are carbon brushes. So rest everything will be same, but in a DC generator or dynamo, the free ends of the insulated copper wire will be welded to split rings or the commutator, and these split rings or the commutator will be kept in contact with the carbon brushes. That means arm AB will be connected to a commutator or one split ring, and arm CD will be connected to another split ring. Instead of having circular metallic ring, split ring will be for a DC generator.
Let us discuss the working of an AC generator or AC dynamo. As you know that in an AC generator, an armature that is made up of an axle which is made up of soft iron over which insulated copper wire having a number of turns is wound. That is placed in uniform magnetic field. The free ends, ENDS, ends of the insulated copper wire are welded to circular metallic rings. See, arm AB's end is welded to a circular metallic ring, and arm CD passes through the first circular metallic ring and is in turn welded to another circular metallic ring, which are in turn connected to carbon brushes, in turn connected to a load resistor. Now for working, the armature has to be rotated. So assume that the armature rotates in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise means armature rotates in this fashion. That means arm AB moves inward to the plane of the board and arm CD moves outward to the plane of the board. As a conductor rotates or cuts the field lines of a magnet, by the phenomena of electromagnetic induction, induced current will be set up in the conductor. Direction of induced current can be known by the application of Fleming's right-hand rule. When we apply Fleming's right-hand rule, we will know that a direction of current in arm AB will be top to bottom, and direction of induced current in arm CD will be bottom to top. Okay. So, in arm DC, current direction, induced current direction is bottom to top, and in arm BA, induced current direction is top to bottom. AB is permanently welded to one circular metallic ring, which is in turn always connected to brush B1. CD is welded to another circular metallic ring, which is always connected with a brush or carbon brush B2. Right. Now, by the conventional direction of flow of electric current always flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. So here current is flowing to where? Negative terminal. So current is coming to negative terminal because current direction is top to bottom. As long as AB, arm is left side, brush B1 will have negative polarity. Current goes from positive terminal. See, current is going or moving. So in arm DC, current is going and DC is connected to brush B2. So current is going from positive terminal. So brush B2 gets positive terminal or positive polarity as long as arm CD is towards the right side. Now the armature is rotated. In a generator, mechanical energy is converted to electrical energy. That means armature has to be rotated. So now as the half a rotation is over, So this is called 1/4 rotation, this is called half rotation, this is called 3/4, and then one complete rotation when AB comes back to the actual position. As a half a rotation is over, arm BA will be to the right side and arm CD will be towards the left side. And whichever arm comes to the left side, right now CD is left side. So that CD arm has to go inside the plane of this board. And then when we apply the Fleming's right hand rule, we will know that current direction in whichever arm comes to the left side will be top to bottom. Whichever arm comes to the right side, current direction will be bottom to top. So after every half a second, the arms change their position. So when AB was here, brush B1 had negative polarity. After half a rotation, AB comes here. But that will be connected to the same ring, in turn same brush. But when AB goes that side, current direction will be bottom to top. So instantly brush B1 will acquire positive polarity, and in the same way CD will come in this direction. So CD is connected to what? Brush B2. So this will instantly get negative polarity. So as long as this armature rotates, whenever AB comes to left side, brush B1 negative polarity, AB goes the other side, brush B1 gets positive polarity. That means after every half rotation, the respective circular metallic rings polarity changes. So therefore the brushes get alternating polarity. As a result, alternating current is produced. This is how an AC generator works. Now let us discuss the working of a DC generator, direct current generator. The difference between an AC generator and DC generator is the free ends of this insulated copper wire windings in a DC generator is welded to split rings or the commutator instead of circular metallic rings. And these split rings are in turn connected to carbon brushes, which is in turn connected to a galvanometer or a load resistor. Now, the working is similar to the AC generator. So, when the armature is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, arm AB moves inward and arm CD moves outward to the plane of the board. Direction of current in arm AB is top to bottom and in arm CD is bottom to top. By conventional direction of electric current flows from positive to negative. So current is moving in this direction, so brush B1 gets negative polarity, and current leaves in this direction, so brush B2 is positive polarity. In this process, half a rotation is over. After half a rotation, arm BA comes to the right side and arm CD comes to the left side. And in this process, whichever arm comes to the left side, current will be, or a direction of induced current will be top to bottom. As a result, brush B1 will always get negative polarity and brush B2 will always get negative polarity, because here arm AB is welded to a split ring, which when AB goes to the other side, it takes the split ring also the other side. So the split ring rotates. As the split ring rotates, they reach the opposite brushes. In AC generator, the arm AB was continuously in contact with the same brush and arm CD was continuously in contact with the same brush. But in a DC generator, arm AB, when it is left side, it is in contact with brush B1. After half a rotation, it comes to the right side, then it will be in contact with brush B2. So as a result, when AB is left side, brush B1 is negative, and when AB is a right side, brush B2 is positive. Its meaning is, whichever arm comes to the left side, the brush B1 gets negative polarity and brush B2 is always positive polarity, indicating a unidirectional current in the coil. And the galvanometer always shows a one direction deflection, indicating the generation of DC current.